All right, let's talk about the latest chapter in a full-scale assault on trans existence, because at this point, they're not even trying to be subtle. The Pentagon is straight up hunting for trans service members. Iowa is trying to erase trans rights from the civil code. Texas is dragging doctors into court for following medical guidelines. And now the federal government is banning trans athletes from getting visas. Y'all, this is an orchestrated attack, but I've already tried to tell y'all about that. So let's start with the military purge. A Pentagon memo says that trans service members have to prove 36 consecutive months of stability in their gender to stay enlisted, as if identities have some sort of probationary period. What they're really doing is targeting a group that has already fought and died for their country that clearly does not respect them. Because this isn't about readiness or lethality. It's about purging people who they don't believe fit the American dream, right? And then there's Iowa. The Republicans are straight up admitting that they have to erase gender identity from civil rights protections to make their other anti-trans laws make sense. Translation, they passed a bunch of bigoted bills first, and now they're trying to rewrite history so that nobody can legally challenge them. And if this passes, trans Iowans could lose protections in housing, employment, public accommodations. You know, just basic human rights, but what do we know? And Texas, they're trying to ruin a doctor's life for treating trans youth within their already draconian laws. And why? Because it's not about legality. It's about intimidation. They want all doctors too afraid to actually do the care that they swore to do. And if that wasn't enough, the Trump administration is now banning trans athletes from getting visas. And this is conveniently in time for the 2028 Olympics. They are actively using immigration policy to police gender. And let's be real, it's not about sports, it's about control. Because if they can decide who gets to compete, they can decide who gets to exist. This is state-sponsored cruelty, and it's not going to stop unless we fight back. That means supporting trans-led organizations, voting out these fascists, and refusing to let those stories, like these, fade into the background, because they want us tired, overwhelmed, and silent. And that's one thing that we can't afford to be. So either we're going to fight back, or we're going to sit around and be quiet. You decide, and I'll wait.